Bandit down!
How's it going, everyone? It's Juan Romero here from SwitchWatch. Got another game review for you guys today. It's called Warplanes WW2 Dogfight. Relatively cheap at just $10 or $8.99 in the UK. I'm always looking for that airplane filler to fill my time because, you know, I'm a big Ace Combat fan. And unfortunately, we haven't got that on the Nintendo Switch yet. So let's get into this one, check it out, and see if it's worth your time and, of course, your investment. Let's get into it. Having recently reviewed Sky Gambler's Afterburner, I was keen to see what Warplanes WW2 Dogfight had to offer. Of course, we have a differing era of planes, but they are just as exciting to me because of the historical significance. I want to first of all explore the campaign, of which there are 3: Great Britain, USSR and Germany, each having their own varied missions and planes to choose from.
1942. More and more countries are becoming gears in the marching
Which is pretty decent. In fact, so many things have surprised me about this. The more that I discovered, the more I thought this is starting to get a bit silly for the price. In a good way, of course. Here you want to manage your unit as effectively as possible to become the ultimate squadron leader. Now, most missions revolve around picking a mission dependent on what type of resource you require. You see, within this game, it's also a pretty nifty resource management game. Your planes can get damaged, pilots injured, and on top of that, you'll want to spend on upgrades. Airplanes can be upgraded, and so can your actual base. Missions enable you to fly multiple planes at once also. The ones that you don't control allow you to give specific objectives to, i.e. concentrate on shooting down planes or ground targets. And for missions involving ground targets, I personally would always take a bomber and something a little lighter to have the best of both. The fact that you can swap between the heavier craft and lighter craft during the campaign keeps things nice and fresh. Now, flight here is not as manoeuvrable as, say, the recent Afterburner. You are not able to perform sort of barrel rolls to dodge incoming fire or go upside down, for example, and I did feel that that was a little bit lacking for me personally. I like a little bit more control, but dogfights do feel really intense. Explosions are grander and the sound helps a great deal with this, but we'll get into that later. There are 30 historical planes to choose from here, from your Spitfire, Lancaster, and a Switch exclusive, the Curtiss P-40 Warhawk, all available to purchase from the loot you collect from missions. Talking of loot, you are able to choose offensive, defensive, ground missions and special missions. Each are enjoyable and present a differing challenge and will garner differing loot, enabling you to spend on either planes, training your pilots or building additional structures. Loot comprises of gold, silver, fuel and medals. Fuel is needed so you can fly your planes, of course, so that's important, so make sure you have enough. Everything's about balance though. Fail to build an extra hangar and you'll only be able to repair one plane at a time, so that's all quite important here. It's all quite simple stuff but delivered in a fun and engaging way. There's even a handy resource converter. Say you have too much of one thing over another, you can convert, say, gold into silver. The only thing I have to complain about here during flight is the lock-on system. While it works incredibly well, I do feel that it makes the game rather easy. You can literally hold onto that lock button and just shoot plane after plane, and while it is fun, it does become a little bit repetitive after a while. Not that I cared too much, as I was having a little bit too much fun blowing planes out of the sky. Handily, you can turn off this lock-on system, but if you do so, then the missions do take a lot longer and it's a lot harder to obviously lock onto those planes, so you're going to have to decide what you enjoy the most. Moving on to audio, I'm just going to come out and say that after seeing what has been accomplished here, it's put other such games to shame at double the price. Honestly, not only do we have fantastic voice acting, dependent on which campaign you choose, the language will change so that pilots speak in their native tongue. It's something small, but it made it feel authentic, and I love the detail. Okay, once you shot your 100th plane, it does get a bit repetitive, but I'm really glad that they did try, and I'm super impressed with the sound effects also. With my headphones on, I felt like I was actually up there. Some of the gunfire noise was impressive, and I mean really impressive. Take a listen to this.
This one. Target destroyed. I'm focusing on this one. Got him in sight. Keep spotted.
deep and detailed and with good fidelity. Match this with the way the planes sound when they fly, and this has a very impressive sound package which takes the game to another level in my opinion. Visually, the game is also quite impressive. We're talking about, I know I keep going on about it, but $10 games, and planes explode in a plume of grey smoke, parts fly off and explode into the sea, and you see the particle effects. There's good draw distances here too. I had no issues at all with frame rates. There was no stuttering, which seems a bit of a rarity on Switch at times. It was stable and I encountered no bugs. On our review copy, 3D models of the planes did a decent representation, and you are able to customize the planes too. Unfortunately, there isn't any types of first person view if you wanted that. Terrain will include flying over the deserts of Egypt and the icy Russian tundra, which I like the look of, so again, really good job. Handheld was superb fun. Handheld also looked great. In terms of value, what can I say? I've gone on about it in this review, I think all the way through, but for £8.99 or $10, if you like flight games, it's a must buy. No need to wait for a sale, it's cheap enough and you'll get bags of enjoyment out of it, plenty of hours to keep you occupied, and those free campaigns. There's no online leaderboards or anything like that, but I didn't feel they needed to be here. In terms of my verdict, I'm surprised. That's all I can say. I was expecting little and I got a lot. It's not perfect, but it's a game with so much going for it that it'd be a shame if it got lost in the eShop. I suspect that for this price, even if someone does not read the review or view a review, they'll have a good surprise if they're to purchase it. For the rest of you, forget about your backlogs. There's no excuse. It's $10. Great little flight game, which is a good price for a very solid game. I'm giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. Guys and girls, if you enjoyed this review, then don't subscribe to our channel. We are oversubscribed. I didn't want any more than 20,000 subscribers, and look, we've got 22,500, and I blame Jordan, to be honest with you. He went and made a review on Final Fantasy IX, which has got over 90,000 views now in about 4 days. It's incredible. Everybody subscribed to the channel, and now we're oversubscribed, so do not subscribe. Alright, I'm only joking. We'd love you to subscribe, really, and we'd love to see you on the next video, but yeah, don't tell anyone I said that. Listen, we'd love to have you on the next video. If you enjoyed this one, then leave us a comment. I want to know what your favourite flight game is of all time. That's going to be a tough one. I'll wait for you guys to put the comments in the comment section, and then I'll respond, because I've got a few ideas what mine is, but I want to know what yours are first. And while you was watching the video, did you see that merchandise below it? Yes, we finally got our merchandise on YouTube. Really excited about that. Look, we only made $1 or $2 or £1 or £2 on each piece of merchandise, but if you want to support the channel, then that's how we'd love you to support us. Buy a piece of our merchandise. Let's get our owl out there to all of you guys and girls, and you know, that plush pillow, I ordered one myself today, so I'll definitely be getting the mug and the jumper and the t-shirt and everything else that's going probably, but that's just me. Anyway guys, I've kept you long enough. Have a great week. My name's Juan Romero, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care.